What's up, everybody? Today in this video, I'm going to show you how you can spend $2,500 per month to generate $10,000 to $20,000 in your wholesaling business. Let's get into it. Now, here's the thing. With a $2,500 per month marketing budget, you're not going to go out here and add some of the most expensive marketing channels such as Google ads or Facebook ads, because when you're first starting out, it's going to take a good bit of money to get your Google ads campaign set up or your Facebook ads campaign set up, because it's going to be a learning process. What you do with that $2,500 will put you in a position to help you be working on your business and not in it. Now, the very first thing that you should do is skip trace more data. And guess what? The good part about it is, if you watch any of my previous videos, you know I say I use PropStream as my data provider. It's only $97 a month. You can check it out below, and they give you 10,000 records per month. And from the beginning, if you have a low budget, I recommend you only skip tracing 1,000 or 2,000 records, because your budget is small and you got to be smart about how you're spending it. But if you have a $2,500 marketing budget, of course, you can either double up on your records, or what I recommend, skip tracing at least 5,000 to 7,000 records a month. And what that'll do is give you the ability to talk to more sellers. So I'm gonna give you an example. If you skip tracing a vacant property list that has 1,000 to 2,000 records on there, and that's all the vacant properties you got, then guess what? You got to move to the next distress list. It may take you learning more about pre-foreclosures, but you need to add pre-foreclosures. And guess what? Pre-foreclosures are only going to add a certain amount of data. So then you may have to go to tax delinquent properties to continue to build your list and get up to 5,000 to 7,000. If you want to keep it simple, you can skip trace an absentee list. An example of an absentee list is a seller that doesn't live in a property, but they're renting it out to tenants. You may not find as much motivation as you would on a distressed property list, but it's going to be some motivation in that list. But that'll help you get that 5,000 to 7,000 records per month over time if you run out of distressed data to pull. And also keep in mind that your skip tracing is going to increase, and on the low end, if you have some type of codes with batch skip tracing, which that is what I use, you can check them out below, you will end up spending around $500 to $700 on the low end, and on the high end, you can end up spending $750 to $1,000 on the high end for batch skip tracing. But don't cheap out on skip tracing. You will regret it in the long run, because the phone numbers that you may be receiving from a 5-cent skip tracing service may not be as accurate as the phone numbers you will receive from a software such as batch skip tracing. So definitely feel free to check them out. Now, if you're enjoying this video so far, please just hit the like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell, and that'll send positive signals to YouTube, and they'll push this video out to a larger audience. And also, leave a comment down below letting me know, what is your current marketing budget, and how are you currently allocating your budget in your wholesaling business to generate leads? And let's get back into the video. Now, the second thing that you should do in your wholesaling business, if you're not already doing it, is make sure that you have $1 in place in your wholesaling business. Now, you have multiple different dollars that you can choose, but the dollar that I'm going to be talking about is call tools, because that's what I currently use in my business. And you can dial up to 10 lines at once. What I normally do is stick around that 3 to 5 if you're a one-person operation, because you don't want to just burn through your list and miss out on talking to sellers because you have your lines turned up too high. Now, call tools is $99 per month. Of course, you got to put $20 to $50 aside to pay for phone numbers, so that's going to put you around $120 to $150. But with $1, you can upload that 5,000 to 7,000 records, and you can call those leads hopefully in a week if you have enough time during the day to get through your leads. Then once you do that, you just cycle it back through and you call the numbers again, and you just continue to call your data throughout the month until it's time for you to skip trace another 5,000 to 7,000 records. And then what you eventually do is see that your records are just compounding, because if you skip trace 5,000 this month and then 5,000 next month, that's 10,000 records that you have. And then if you skip trace another 5,000, that's 15,000. So you continue to build data over time, which is going to help you talk to more and more sellers. But if you dial 5,000 to 7,000 records one by one, which most likely is going to come with multiple phone numbers, that's going to take you way more than a week to get through those records. So that's why $1 is very important, because it's going to help you get through those records quicker and it's going to save you time. So definitely, if you have a $2,500 marketing budget, invest in $1. Now, the third thing that you should do if you're doing it in your business is ramp up your SMS text blasting. Now, you need to make sure in your state that you're being compliant and that you're allowed to send text messages. So make sure you check with your attorney to make sure that you can send text messages. So let's say, like we said before, that you only skip tracing 1,000 records. Now, of course, only a small percentage of those 1,000 records are actually going to have mobile numbers. But when you go to 7,000 records, you still may not have a lot of mobile numbers, but you have way more than what you would have if you only would skip tracing 1,000. So that'll be considered ramping up your text messaging, because you have more mobile numbers. And guess what? The more mobile numbers you have, the more sellers you'll be able to talk to, and the quicker you'll be able to get more deals. So for example, let's say that you send 20,000 text messages. If you use a software such as REI Reply, which that's what I use in my business, you'll be able to send 20,000 text messages for $150 per month. That's unheard of. That's like 0.0075 cents per text message. So definitely look into REI Reply, have that link below. And if you already have it, then of course, like I said, just ramp up your text messages and send more. Now, if you haven't done your first deal and you want to see a virtual wholesale deal that I did, definitely feel free to check out this video here, because it'll show you how you could potentially get your first deal and how you can potentially get to a $2,500 marketing budget. Now let's get into the next step. The fourth thing that you should do, which you also can do this in REI Reply as well, is ramp up your ringless voicemail. And guess what? It's the same thing with ringless voicemails. You need to check and make sure that you can actually send ringless voicemails in your city or in your state, because you don't want to end up getting in trouble for that. So make sure you speak with an attorney about that as well too. But if you only sending 1,000 ringless voicemails, or you sending 200 ringless voicemails, of course, the more records that you skip trace in your business, the more mobile numbers you'll get back and the more voicemails you can send. Now, the reason why you want to be cold calling and sending SMS and doing ringless voicemails, what I learned from some of the greats is it'll give you an omni-channel marketing presence. So what an omni-channel marketing presence is if you got someone that you cold call and you didn't get a response from them, but you send them a text message and they respond, okay, that person want to be communicated with by sending text messages. Or if you cold call someone and you send them a text message, but then you didn't get a response from either of those, but then you send them a ringless voicemail and they respond to that, that means that person is more likely to check their voicemail. So adding different low-cost marketing channels to your wholesaling business can definitely help you get in contact with sellers. And also, if you add more data to those marketing channels, the quicker you are to generating leads and generating more deals. Now, the fifth thing that you should do is hire a cold caller. Now, let me tell you this before you go and jump and hire a cold caller. If you've done deals or if you made thousands of calls and you have a $2,500 marketing budget, this is for you. Hire you a cold caller in your wholesaling business, because just think about it. If you're working a 9 to 5 and when you get off, you have yourself on the phone from 2 to 8, making calls and generating leads. Imagine if you can remove yourself from that aspect of your business and you bring a caller in that can actually dial from 9 to 5. That caller, if you train them correctly, is going to be able to generate more leads than you normally do in a day, because they're on the phone longer and it allows you to focus on them passing the lead to you so you can improve your closing skills. So if they're generating 3 to 4 leads a day, you're going to be making hopefully 3 to 4 offers a day. Now, you're not necessarily going to be making 3 to 4 offers, but it's a high possibility that you will. So bringing a cold caller in is very, very crucial to your business, because it allows you to focus on other aspects of your business. You can remove yourself from the phones and say, hey, I'm going to focus on sending even more text messages now, because I have this free block to send text messages until you hire somebody to send text messages in your business. But with a $2,500 marketing budget, you can definitely find you a cold caller for around $500 to $600 to $700 to $800 a month. Of course, they're going to be cross seas, because, no one is going to work for that amount in the US. But, with the cost of living over there, being cheaper in certain countries, it's definitely possible to find you a virtual assistant that will be motivated and will get you leads every single day with the proper training. Hit the like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell, and I'll see you next time.